Why are dental prices in Mexico so low? Wait until you learn the even more shocking reasons why. Hi, I'm Ron, here to give you tips to find good deals on your dental work. The typical cost of a denture in the US is around $2,500. In Mexico, you can get as low as $250. In the US, dental implants with a crown cost around $500 per tooth. In Mexico, the cost is less than half of that, at $1,800. Root canals are around $1,500 at your local dentist. You pay around $400 in Mexico. I mean, I can go on, but you save about 50 to 70% by going to Mexico. Before assuming that lower prices mean lower quality, it's important to understand that the price difference has nothing to do with the quality of care. But the reasons may shock you. So let's dive in. Here are the 7 reasons dental prices in Mexico are so much cheaper than in the US. Number 1, education cost. The average tuition for a dental school in the US is around $100,000 per year. Get this, the average tuition for a public dental school in Mexico is around $2,000 per year. In the US, dental education is incredibly expensive. Graduating students often carry massive college debts. Many carry $500,000 in debt just from dental school alone. Many who go into specialty schools like periodontist or orthodontist can rack up to $1 million in debt by the time they finish specialty school. The difference in education costs is absolutely unfair, but I'm not here to debate that. I'm here to let you know what factors contribute to the difference in cost. In Mexico, the government steps in and subsidizes dental education. That means dental students graduate with little to no debt at all. Oh, and those CE courses, all dentists have to take continuing education courses to advance their skills beyond the basic dental education. CE courses in the US cost around $5,000 to $15,000 per course, and CE courses in Mexico cost around $500 to $1,500 per course. Mexico dentists can afford much lower fees without the financial burden of student loans hanging over their heads. They only need to cover their costs and make a modest living. Number 2, lower overhead costs. This one's a game changer. Operating a dental office in Mexico comes with significantly reduced expenses. Here's why. Labor cost. Dental professionals and support staff wages in Mexico are again shockingly lower than in the United States. I don't even want to compare the hourly rates. Compared to US salaries, you might think professionals in Mexico are getting paid at borderline slave labor rates. Why? Let's go to weekly rates. You pay a full-time hygienist in the US at $2,000 per week. In Mexico, you pay a new grad dentist to do your hygiene at $250 per week. That's almost 10 times the difference in cost. But jobs in Mexico at this rate are decent and common. You pay your admin and support staff $1,000 per week in the US versus $200 per week in Mexico. The costs to maintain the office are all lower. Janitorial equipment and the remodeling cost. This difference translates to major savings on payroll expenses, which allows the dentist to pass those savings on to their patients with more affordable service prices. So number 2, rent and utilities. Office spaces, utilities, and other operational expenses are markedly lower in Mexico. That nice, ultra-modern dental office next to your Safeway grocery store may be paying $9,000 in monthly rent. That nice dental office in Algodones may be paying $1,000 a month in rent. Factor number 3, lab and material cost. As you can see, the difference in labor cost is almost 10x in many cases. That translates into lower lab costs to make your crowns and dentures, again an almost factor of 10x. It's also common for dental manufacturers to sell their materials and equipment at a lower rate in Mexico. Dentists in Tijuana pay a lower rate for the same top dental implant brand than a dentist in San Diego, right across the border. That also means you get the same quality of care without paying as much for the same materials, the same brand and materials. You benefit from all these price differences by crossing the Mexico border. Number 4, dentist salaries. You can hire a good specialist in Mexico, a specialist like a periodontist for $600 per week. You hire a new general dentist in the US at a minimum of $600 per day. On average, Mexican dentists earn a fraction of the salaries of their US counterparts. Number 5, competition. Well, in Mexico, there's intense competition among dental offices. This is especially true for popular dental tourism destinations like Los Algodones. Imagine 600 dentists in 1 square mile. are right next to each other. Dentists tend to lower their prices to attract more patients when there's a lot of competition. This is a basic market strategy, supply and demand at play. But is it about the cost? Well, competitive pricing is a big draw. However, it's equally important for you to consider the dentist qualifications, experience, and overall reputation. After all, quality of care shouldn't be compromised. More and more young people are going to the dental field in Mexico. There are not a lot of barriers to getting into dental school. Certainly, it's not the tuition fee at $2,000 per year. So, it's safe to say that a dental student in the US paying $100,000 per year in tuition fees is getting a better education than a student in Mexico at $2,000 per year. A new grad dentist in Mexico may post lower prices online to attract patients. Or a business owner may open a new dental office in Mexico and hire many inexperienced dentists and post the lowest prices online. The issue is that new Mexican dentists have to get more experience and training to do more complex procedures. But you don't go to Mexico for a dental cleaning and a filling. You go to Mexico for complex procedures such as dental implants or cosmetic dentistry. These are not taught in dental schools, and proficiency requires years of experience. So while you may be tempted to price shop, or in some cases, bargain hunt in Mexico, you may be putting yourself at risk with a newbie or inexperienced dentist. To avoid compromises, do your research, read reviews, and look for the best dentist. Discount prices could also mean cutting corners on the quality. Price is important, as is the assurance of good outcomes and a positive patient experience. Factor number 6. All the specialists in the same office. Hiring a specialist in the US is incredibly expensive. Many dentists refer you to a specialist where you pay a premium for a specialty work in another office. You pay the extra cost. In Mexico, many dental offices have specialists in the same office. Hiring a specialist doesn't cost much more than a general dentist with the same experience level. So what's in it for you? You get faster dental care at affordable prices because you don't have to go to other offices for specialty care. Last, number 7, cash payments. When you are going to Mexico, you don't use your dental insurance. Many don't even accept credit cards. You're typically paying in cash, in physical cash. I mean, you can use your dental insurance to get reimbursed for the dental work done in Mexico. That saves you even more. But you have to do that on your own. You pay the full price for the dental work in Mexico. Dental insurance is a huge financial burden to US dentists because the payouts to the dentist is so little. It's at the point that accepting dental insurance is no longer sustainable for many dentists. So here's one tip and my takeaway. Did you know that many of the best dentists in Mexico don't post their prices online? They focus on quality as opposed to competing in price. But you still save 50 to 70% by going to them. Maybe you pay an extra $100 for a crown or $300 for a dental implant and crown, but the best dentists are worth it to avoid any issues or hassles that can easily double or triple your cost. Plus, you get a beautiful dream smile. The takeaway is that you can price shop, but don't bargain hunt in Mexico. You get what you pay for. Most importantly, focus on your dentist experience and training level. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to this channel if you find this video helpful. Follow us on social media at Deo Dental for more tips on planning your dental vacation. We provide a lot of tips on our channel and at Deo Dental on how to choose a dentist in Mexico. Stay informed as you plan your dental trip south of the border. If you have any questions or need more information, please leave them in the comments below. We'll see